Hi people, it's Ella here, and I have my tea, so you know what that means? It's another episode of Tea Time. I just filmed this whole video and realized I wasn't recording. So for today's tea time, I will be reviewing the first 4 books of the Lunar Chronicles. The first 4 books include Cinder, Scarlet, Cress, and Fairest, all by Marissa Meyer. This is the first 4 books out of 5 in the series, but I will try and make it as spoiler-free as possible, so okay. Just a basic overview of this whole universe before I delve into each book and my thoughts on the books. This universe follows various fairy tale characters in a dystopian world. Cinder vaguely follows Cinderella, Scarlet follows Red Riding Hood, Cress follows Rapunzel, and Fairest, I'm not sure. Fairest is the Wicked Queen, I guess. In this universe, you have the Earth people and the Lunars. Lunars are kind of advanced people. They have a thing called glamour and they can control people. There's also cyborgs in this universe, which Cinder is a cyborg, if you can't tell from this cover. These are all glorious covers, by the way. I really love these covers. And cyborgs really aren't loved in this universe at all. This series follows a group of mismatched people who have to work together to stop Queen Lavanna from taking over the world. And Queen Lavanna is the queen of Luna, which is the colony on the moon. I'm gonna delve into the books one by one now, starting with Cinder. I gave Cinder 4 out of 5 stars on Goodreads. Because it was the first book in this series, I thought it kind of was the weakest. Cinder's probably one of my least favorite characters in this series. I'm not sure why, I don't really like her that much. But she does kick off this series and her story is the one that sets this whole story into motion. And she is one of the biggest characters, obviously. I just found Cinder to be kind of boring. Mainly the whole book was just setting up for everything else to come, but in the whole grand scheme of this series, Cinder is a wonderful introductory novel. It sets up the world beautifully and it gives you just enough information to get you started on meeting all of these characters. Next up is Scarlet, and I gave this book 5 out of 5 stars on Goodreads. I loved this book so much. It's hard to say whether I liked this one or Cress more, but this was the book where I really started liking this series. With Cinder, I was just kind of and I wasn't too interested, but once I started Scarlet, I was like, okay, I need all of this now. When you meet Scarlet and her side of the story and how she starts to intertwine with these characters is when the story really picks up. I loved her so much more than I loved Cinder in the series, and I thought she really added something that this series was missing. Then we came to Cress. I also gave this book 5 out of 5 stars on Goodreads. Cress was another amazing book, and I think Cress as a character was probably my favorite out of everyone. Maybe Thorn, but I really like Cress. Just like Rapunzel is, she's very naive to the world and she's been sheltered for most of her life. But the way she approaches the world is, well, beautiful, as she would say. I just hit the camera, I'm sorry. I absolutely loved Cress's relationship with Thorn, which is another character who comes, I believe, in Scarlet. I flew through reading Cress, partly because I did read it during the booktubeathon, but it was really good, so I probably would have flew through it anyway. Cress is the book that really made me excited about this series. It made me wish that Winter, which is the 5th book in the series coming out later this year, was already out, because I want to read it so badly. Since Winter isn't out yet, I decided to read Fairest while I wait, and I believe this is book 3.5 in this series. It's not an official continuation, it's more like a prequel to Cinder. It follows Queen Lavanna growing up and how she became to be this evil queen who is the villain in this whole series. I gave Fairest 3 out of 5 stars. I really didn't like Fairest. I hate Queen Lavanna as a character. She really irks me, and which I guess is a good thing. She is the villain. I'm supposed to hate her. So reading an entire book from her perspective, it was a little tedious. I got through it quickly, but once again, I did read it during booktubeathon, and it is smaller than the other books. But I just couldn't get into it. I assume the book was meant to explain Queen Lavanna and how she got to where she is and why she's done the awful things she's done in her life. But I don't think it justified anything. She's just an awful character who's so lovesick and I hated it. I hated it so much. Overall, I really, really love Lunar Chronicles. Like I said, either Scarlet or Cress is probably my favorite book. The characters are so well made in this series. Each of them has very detailed backstories and they all intertwine perfectly. It's not your typical fairy tale. All these characters are very, very, very loosely based off of fairy tales. Like if you think of Cinderella's personalities, like her core personalities, like she's a hard worker. Her father died and she has evil stepsisters and an evil stepmother. Like those are the core things. But everything else is so different and so new and fresh. It doesn't feel like Marissa Meyer is recycling old news. It feels like it's something completely new altogether. I think the only criticism I had, which is a bit of a spoiler, is Cress's parents. I'm not gonna say any more than that, but if you've read the books, I do not like who Cress's parents are. I thought it was unnecessary. That's the only criticism I have, which is minor, so that's a good thing. I just really love this series. It's one of the best ones I've read in a long time. If you want to read this series, I highly, highly recommend it. I hope you guys liked this review. If you did, please make sure to give it a like if you like, and subscribe, and that's it. So I'm gonna go. Bye!
Thanks for watching. Imagine Workshop is awesome. Would you like to subscribe? You've got mail. See you next time.